All right, hi everyone, and welcome back. I hope everyone had a great spring break and you're ready to finish strong for the rest of the semester. So, today we're starting off on a new topic. We're going to talk about what the individual's responsibility is in the face of climate change and these other kind of ecological problems that are kind of looming and becoming very pressing in the modern world. So, the paper that we read today, it focuses on what's really at the heart of this issue. What is the individual required to do? So, what's so disturbing about this problem is that the individual can seem more or less powerless to do anything about it. Now, this is a problem that arises through our individual actions, but it only becomes a problem because we're all acting collectively, right? So, individuals, just by being alive, right, you put some pressure on the environment, you consume some resources, you cause some pollution. It's a lot more if you're American than it is elsewhere. But this kind of problem it applies everywhere. Now the thing is though, even though all these individuals acting together is causing this problem, any one individual is pretty much powerless to stop it. Even if you took yourself completely off of the grid and somehow became like entirely carbon neutral or had a neutral impact on the environment, that would only be not even a drop in the bucket of the amount of change that needs to happen to have any kind of positive impact. And that can kind of lead to the conclusion, why bother? Now, that doesn't sound very good when you put it like that, but that's the way a lot of us think. At least to some extent, we all kind of think like that. And that kind of thinking is very widespread. People think, why should I deny myself the benefit of having like a big gas guzzling car or taking a lot of flights or doing anything of that nature when it's not going to make a difference? Somebody else is going to do it anyway. It's a tragedy of the commons type situation, right? If we don't take advantage of the commons, somebody else is going to do it anyway. And this kind of discussion can become very pressing when you start to talk about things that are going to make people uncomfortable, like using less air conditioning in hot climates, heating their home a little bit less in winter, things like that. Everyone's got a point where they're going to say, no, I'm not going to do that because it's not going to make that much of a difference and it's just past my comfort level. So the paper we read today, it has a lot of sophisticated philosophical argument in it, but basically it boils down to the point that you're not required to do anything. The individual has no responsibilities to act unilaterally, that is, to act on their own to avert ecological disaster or to avert climate change. The reason being that them acting is not going to have any benefit, it's not going to have any positive impact, and it's going to cause them discomfort. So why should they make themselves uncomfortable, or why should they sacrifice when it's not going to do any good anyway? Now, I want you to read this argument. Maybe you'll agree, maybe you'll disagree. But think about what you find to be appealing or not appealing about this argument, what you think this guy's got right and what you think he has wrong. But I also want you to think about how this applies, in our own lives, and whether, even if you reject his argument, you're kind of embracing that way of thinking anyway. And we'll discuss these topics on Friday. All right, so have a good week.